Hey everybody, it's Sean and Trey with Reactions to the Classics. Before we get started today, we just wanted to invite you to take a look at our Patreon page where we have all kinds of reward tiers, anywhere from reacting to an entire album to songs. Supporting us for as little as $1 a month. It really helps us out.
And you can also check out our Facebook and Discord groups down below. Got a great community of people who love music. And all that to say, y'all, let's get to today's video. What's happening, everybody? Trey here, joined as always by my dad Sean, and today we got another triple shot for our Patron C SN. Got two songs that are really connected because we got a tune by Joy Division in Isolation, and then we got New Order, which of course is the band that formed from Joy Division after lead singer Ian Curtis committed suicide. We got Blue Monday, which is the best-selling 12-inch of all time. Looking forward to that. And then we're going to finish it off with Obstacle 1 by Interpol, and that from their famous 2002 record, Turn on the Bright Light. So I think we got a nice 1, 2, 3 punch here.
Yep.
I know you don't know much Joy Division. I am familiar with their whole work, Unknown Pleasures, that came out.
Yeah, only 2 albums. So.
Yeah, in the late 70s. Their story is an interesting one. Ian Curtis suffered from epilepsy, and before they were going to embark on their big American tour, kind of start to really get the wheels turning and get to a bigger audience, he committed suicide. His epilepsy was a big issue. He would sometimes, even during shows, go down in fits and whatnot. He was also having a secret romance on the side. I think that was hurting him as well, from what people have said, because he had a long-time relationship and a child with another woman. So I think all that turmoil and the pressure of the band probably. Yeah. But this is from Closer, their second and final record, as you said, called Isolation. I'm not familiar with this. I know this whole record's really acclaimed.
Yeah.
So looking forward to this, y'all. I'm gonna play it, have the lyrics pulled up, and then kind of give our thoughts afterwards, I guess.
Do it.
A lot more synthy than the Joy Division I know, that's more brooding and down trodden. Always loved Joy Division's bass line, man.
Mother, I tried to believe me. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm ashamed of the things I've been put through. I'm ashamed of the person I am. Isolation. Just
Isolation, Joy Division.
What a false ending.
Yeah, I like that. I like that touch, man. Isolation, Joy Division from Closer. I didn't expect New Order, I know a little bit of their stuff and know that they're more kind of in the dance synth, that blend in that, but Joy Division, especially the album Unknown Pleasures, is kind of is very post-punk, kind of dark and brooding, so I didn't expect that coming in right here, and it's definitely a big dichotomy between the lyrical content.
I was going to say that you're at the dance club dancing, you look at the lyrics and you wonder, like, is there some obviously I would think there's some autobiographical stuff, especially with what ends up happening. I mean, he's really, singing what he's probably walking through. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. It's like, we're just out there dancing at the club, but you look at these lyrics and they're dark, man.
The verse 2 is my favorite. Mother, I tried. Please believe me. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm ashamed of the things I've been put through. I'm ashamed of the person I am. Woo! I really think that probably those are a little reflective of Ian Curtis and what is going on there. And I just think some beautiful lyrics and just the simple chorus, just saying isolation, man. Just simple as that, man. Isolation, the word itself is isolated from everything else.
That's a good point. And on these dance tunes, man, your chorus can be like that. It can be a single word because you bring in all the instrumentation around it to kind of pump up the whatever that chorus is. So that's why that works on this one.
Shout out Peter Hook. The bass line was
bass line was real good.
Pretty neat as well. And now we're going to go to New Order's track Blue Monday. And I was very surprised to see that this is the biggest selling 12-inch of all time.
Yeah, it sold over 1.2 million copies in the UK alone. It's been released several times and went to number one several times. So
I see this is from 83, so a few years after.
Yeah, one of the acclaimed Metacritic music sites say this is the 38th most acclaimed song of all time, which is one heck of a deal. I don't know, man. I'm looking for. Maybe I know this song.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, if this is
I was
the
11,
highest,
the year I turned 12, I was 11 at the time this thing was put out. So maybe.
Yeah, maybe I'll know
it.
what's up once we get rocking. This one clocks in about 7.5 minutes, so a little bit of a longer tune here. So
which is what you'd expect from something that's huge in the dance world.
Let's see what we got, man. Already got that drum machine pumping in here. That machine gun like drum machine effect coming in here. That was at the start. Now we're getting it at the end here in the outro.
You gotta be in some cardiac shape if you can get through this whole song. Really get through it on the dance floor, baby.
No, you're telling me, man.
Just you can't just groove to the machine gun beat. You gotta get after it, man.
Oh, I love it, man.
I'd be easing off the floor.
I like it too. You see a song called Blue Monday. I don't know. I think a nice chilled out.
That's what I think too. Kind of a Blue Monday, man.
This is a lit Saturday song, New Order coming in with Blue Monday, the best-selling 12-inch of all time, ladies and gentlemen. And I was looking here, and because earlier this year we actually listened to the record Power, Corruption, and Lies, but the version we listened to it didn't have this, I guess, since it was the single, and
Yeah.
I don't know, but we did
I was thinking that.
listen to this record, and because it does kind of have that New Order sound in that time period, obviously '83. So I wonder, since this is the biggest selling, I wonder how much of that is contributed to just clubs and everything getting it, and how much I guess it is a unique kind of dance like song in the fact that obviously it could be played at any club in the world, yet also it has its own kind of charm to it where you could just, let me throw this on the turntable or whatever type of thing, which usually I think a lot of electronic and dance type of music doesn't have, and it is surprisingly modern.
Well, yeah, and I think there's a few points I want to make, Trey. As a man who, in his very young 20s, went to clubs for a little while, not a large period of my life, but some of my life, this is what we call a mixed drink song, right? You got your beer song where you're all right, but this man, you're going to get on with this song. You're going to have a few mixed ones so you can really get into that thing now.
Get going in.
Now, what I do like about the songs, you got so many songs that you play in clubs and stuff that are the dance mixes that you can just put any lyrics you want because it's all about the drum machine and the synth, and it doesn't matter. You can sing the phone book, you're not going to notice any difference. This actually has some lyrics that make sense and
really
has a story to it. So major props for that. And maybe that's what separated it a little bit from other dance music.
No, that's a good point. And
I try not to make bad.
And maybe that does kind of look at the cross from the mainstream audience, and then just those that love Joy Division and New Order in general. And I like the question. Tell me, how do I feel? Tell me, how should I feel? It seems like our protagonist here in the song is very lost and just kind of out on his own, a little wayward, looking for direction. That's kind of what I'm getting from the lyrics, and it kind of is. He even mentions here, tell me, how does it feel when your heart grows cold?
Yeah, I think this girl is kind of messing him over. You go ahead and tell me how I should feel, because I know how I feel when it's not good. But
so I, shout out to New Order on that one. I'm glad we were able to listen to that one, and we're gonna finish off with Interpol, 2002, called Obstacle 1. It looks like it's a very popular tune here, from Turn on the Bright Lights, second song from that, and the second single, it looks like, from Turn on the Bright Lights. I know it's a very acclaimed record. I don't know too much Interpol.
I don't either. The band actually said this was written when they saw a report of a model who had recently committed suicide by stabbing herself in the neck. So I guess she put it in the jugular. I don't know that in all my life I've ever heard of that being a way to go. So I guess that inspired him to plot this.
All right. Well, Interpol, here we go. Looks like this is about 4 minutes. So Obstacle 1.
Let's check it out, man.
Getting a little early Talking Heads type here with this.
Like the chorus.
I was about to say, man, hard and heavy. I love the guitar interplay with each other.
Very nice.
Kind of ping-ponging right off each other. I'm digging this one. Obstacle 1, Interpol. Dang, I love that tune, honestly. I really enjoyed it, and I think it actually poses for... You can kind of interpret it in two different or multiple ways.
It had a lot of lyrics, which I liked. I mean, it definitely did not go light on the lyrics.
I like the... I think you can either read it maybe as like a relationship ending in general.
Right.
And the heartbreak there, and now she's... he knows he's poor and aging. I'll never see this face again, maybe because she's out of his life. Or if you want to go with the literal and you go stabbing yourself in the neck, I think that connects to the she puts the weight into my little heart. She puts the weight into my little heart. Maybe the weight of her pain now that she's committed suicide is now on him because of, now she's
Which
gone.
is so often the case when people choose that.
Yeah. That I'm just kind of spitballing after first listen there, but I was really impressed with that one.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I think the only complaint I have about the song, and so many songs of this time period suffer from this, when they're going in heavy with the instruments, is a little bit of poor mixing at parts in this song where you're really fighting to hear his vocals.
Yeah, that is
because the music, the instrumentation is really good on this, but the mixing they needed to just turn just a little bit, to slide up a little bit, because I'm struggling to hear him at the start. The choruses are nice because oftentimes they come in and pump it out with him, or the instrumentation is stripped back a little bit just to drums and guitar on the chorus, so I can hear him perfectly. That's my only complaint. That's just one of those things, man, that you see a lot. It has nothing to do with the song. You see it a lot from songs of this period of this genre.
So I guess we'll look here. Go back to Isolation by Joy Division. Again, that one just took me by surprise, just because I know their earlier work on Unknown Pleasures, and it's so different. And I think it was cool that we did Isolation and Blue Monday back to back, because
perfect.
It showed New Order, which is made up of the members of Joy Division, besides Ian Curtis, of course, where they kept that synth and dance type of genre and really expanded it, made it their own. And but I think my favorite actually might have been Obstacle 1, surprisingly enough. I didn't expect that. I really thought it had that early Talking Heads musicianship
that's good.
To it. I'm trying to... There's a particular Talking Heads song that it really sounds like to me. I just can't...
You'll think about it as soon as we hit
I know.
recording.
I can't put my tongue on it. It might be from Talking Heads 77, I'm thinking. But anyway, Isolation, I'm going to go... I still dug it. It's tough for me to compare it to Unknown Pleasures because I'm really familiar with that record and enjoy it quite a bit. So just off first listen, I'm going like I'll go like a 7 on it, because more lyrically, I kind of related to some of the stuff Curtis was setting down there.
All right, I'll go a 6.25 on that one.
And then we got Blue Monday, which really impressed me just as a dance type of tune.
The overall, you got to take it as a whole, but the fact that it's a dance tune that actually has meaningful lyrics.
And still stands up, like it still sounds modern.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like I walked in the club in '83, which would have been weird because I was 11, but still. I'll give that one a 7.5.
I'm gonna go an 8 on that, just for
you could
for how
crazy
it was, and just all the way around. I really enjoyed it, and was impressed with all the different stuff they threw in there. Obstacle 1, Interpol. What are you feeling on this?
I'm feeling an 8 on that.
Yeah,
I like it's just got a lot going on, man. Both lyrically and instrumentally. I thought it was the most complete when you combine those two. Most interesting when you combine those two. So for me, that one's an 8, my favorite one on this triple shot.
Yeah, definitely was fantastic. I thought that it did a great... had that post-punk vibe even in 2002 type of deal. So I'm going to be in that ballpark of an 8, maybe even an 8.25, honestly. And that's just after first listen. I'm looking forward. I'll have to dive into some Interpol.
Yeah, I never even heard of it.
If there's anything like that. So thanks to our guy CSN.
He's always bringing the heat. These nice little triple shots, man.
On this. Let us know what you think of these songs down in the comment section below, y'all. And if you would like us to react to a tune, you can hit up our Patreon and sign up there, and we'll react. We'll react to something, man.
That's right.
And as always, Dad, appreciate you joining me. And until next time, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Happy listening, and we will see you.